Monday. But hey, we have the prophets. Such an uplifting section. But wait, guess what? What is the odds this Monday, which is, Monday, we have probably the most hopeful prophet of them all, the prophet of Zechariah. Again, like the last book that we wrapped up with, Haggai, from last Friday, this is post-exile. The people are back, and Zechariah, not Zechariah, but Zechariah, is sharing most of his prophecies good news. It's assuring the people of God's blessing. They're a little gun shy now. They know they messed up. When our dog Rex, he does something bad, usually he knows it. We'll tell him to go to timeout. He'll actually slink off on his own. We usually don't put him in there. But afterward, he's on his best behavior for at least an hour. Then probably fades away. But for that first hour of timeout, he is, whatever you say, tell him to do, he's right on it. Very attentive, a little gun shy, right? He doesn't want to go back in timeout. It's kind of how the people of God are here. They don't want to go into exile again. They've heard the message of the prophets. They finally realized, man, all those crackpot prophets that we kind of ignored, maybe we're onto something here, right? They did speak on behalf of God. Because look what happened. Right? We did live in a wicked kingdom. We can't let that happen again, right? So here we are. Zechariah is the prophet that's building them up. The folks of the new kingdom here. We need to know our history, but we need to live in a new way. This is a time for change. Again, maybe topical what's happening in our nation with certain things, right? That we need to know our history, but we don't need to repeat its mistakes. And this continues. Then later, after that first section, we have chapter 7 and 8, I think, is a follow-up a couple years later, reassuring them again. And then 9 through 14 is final oracles or promises. And there's a lot of talk of the Messiah in this book. But we get some messianic discussion, especially in Isaiah, some in Ezekiel and Jeremiah. Like we get in the major prophets. In the minor prophets, we don't get a lot of messiahship. They usually have their hands full with what's in front of them. But here, Zechariah is saying, you know what? Not only is this short term going to be all right, eternally it's going to be all right. God's gotten this taken care of. In fact, that's how the book ends. This is final triumph of God over the entire world. God's kingdom fulfilled. So, if you're wanting to explore the prophets, but you don't like the doom and gloom that sometimes can occur, again, it's realistic, but it can be a lot, especially right now. But you like that style, check out Zechariah. It's very hopeful. And it's still powerful, like all the prophets. If you're looking for a book that's not super short, you can kind of sink your teeth into a little bit, but you're not going to have to read all week. It's only 14 chapters. Give this one a try. Like I said, it's post-exilic, so there's not a lot of literature in Scripture that's after the exile. So if you remember for history books, most of them were after the exile. So it's interesting stuff. So check out the book of Zechariah, and we'll wrap up the prophets tomorrow.